Jay Massey is a full-time real estate investor. He's an entrepreneur.
He also teaches people how to find deals, raise capital for real estate investments.
Meeting Jay Massey in person, you'd think he's just a regular guy. He's got jeans and a t-shirt on and a pair of sneakers. But he's built up a multi-million-dollar empire.
I hope you do have an empty notebook because it's going home filled.
Jay gives back so much value that I've never seen.
Now, at this moment, when I'm looking at the kitchen, things are going through my head.
You want to be friends with him, and he treats you like you're the only person in the room, even though it's for the benefit of everybody.
This is how, when you ask yourself, how does Jay do it? This is how.
He tells people that they have to take action, and they have to take action now. I took the action, and the results have paid off.
What happens when the marketplace understands who we are and how we go out there? Okay, there we go. I think I'm getting better at this, so that's good. Hello, everyone. Good morning. And for those of you who I might be meeting for the first time, and for those of you that I might be meeting for the first time, welcome. I'm glad that you are indeed here. My name is Jay, CEO of CashFlowDiary, and what we're going to do today is exactly what's in the title, if you will. We're going to give you some more thoughts on how you can go out there and become a bigger, better, badder business owner. And specifically, or if said a different way, I would say the difference between, or what can happen by taking imperfect action as instead of perfect inaction. I know there's a lot of times when we want to do something new, whatever that might be, we feel unsure. We're not ready to begin. We're not sure where to start, how to start, if we should start. As we said previously, we're waiting for that permission. Well, what if you're past that stage? What happens when you no longer are, quote unquote, waiting for permission, but now what you're doing is you're like ready, you're ready to go, but it just doesn't feel like you're making the progress that you're looking for. Okay, so we're going to talk about what can happen, and more importantly, specifically, how to take that that imperfect action as opposed to waiting for that perfect inaction. All right. So for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Hi, my name is Jay. Do me a favor. Go ahead right now. Type in the chat right below. Go ahead and type the word new. That way I know you are here. I tend to try to make an attempt to pronounce your name correctly, so be gentle if I get it wrong. And for those of you coming back, welcome. Hopefully we have been of service to you this month. I say this month because in case you didn't know, we go live every day, 9 a.m. and it's been fun. And it's continuing to be fun. And yet also today we have something special that is happening basically this week. We are going to be doing a live, so very similar to this kind of interaction, live training, specifically as it relates to short-term rentals. So for those of you who have an inkling, a small desire, or even a large one, to figure out the short-term rental game, we're going to invest a lot of time into breaking it down for you, helping you get to where you need to be ultimately to become a bigger, better, badder short-term rental operator, entrepreneur, real estate person, however you want to look at it. I call short-term rentals the gateway drug, honestly, to the rest of the real estate field, because it gives you that taste. It can help you put you in a spot where you have the consistent keyword income you need to then build, own, control, manage assets. And ladies and gentlemen, let me be very clear. If you don't build, own, manage, and control assets, from a financial standpoint, I don't believe you're going to make it. It's just where it is. All right. Now, what we're going to talk about today, as I said, is the concept, if you will, of taking some imperfect action as opposed to what we do naturally, which is typically around perfect inaction. For example, sometimes when we are in the process of beginning something new, we say things to ourselves like, oh, okay, I want to read some more. I want to study some more. I don't know. I need more training. And that's not to say that specialized knowledge doesn't have a purpose. Indeed, it does. It's a very specific purpose. But sometimes it's not that you need to read more. And many of you know when you're at this point, but you haven't figured out what to do yet to get past it. And what it comes down to is just understanding that part of the challenge is it's how you're thinking relative to, hear me clearly, get ready to write this in the chat, how you're thinking relative to your current marketplace identity. Like, what are you talking about? No problem. That's why I have the pad today, because I knew I was going to say something that might not 100% be like, oh, I get that right from the beginning. All right. So what am I calling? And we've looked at it many different ways. What am I calling your marketplace identity? And you'll understand why I'm saying this in just a second. Because when you go into the marketplace, you decide, you choose, you have a way of operating, meaning there's a way in which you operate that produces value for the marketplace, and there's a way in which you operate in which you receive value from the marketplace. So we tend to relate, as Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant would say, in one of four ways: as an employee, self-employed, or small business owner, or an investor. Now, we've talked about this before, so I'm going to skip past the explanation of the E, S, the B, and the I, but suffice to say, if you want to catch up with some of those prior sessions where we've talked about that, then what you want to do is you want to go to CashFlowDiary.com/live. When you go there, put in your information, you can get access to all this stuff that we've done this entire month. Ooh, good luck. Because there's a lot. I mean, it's a little bit every day, but you know what I'm saying. E, S, B, and I is what we're talking about in this particular sense. But your marketplace identity begins to reveal, honestly, how you take action or don't. Here's my point. The employee typically is going to have a role in which it's defined for them. And because it's defined for them, meaning it's not like, hey, okay, what do I do? I mean, you show up, you go there, and they show you exactly what to do. You're expecting to be trained. You're expecting to be told. That is like status quo. And again, nothing wrong, right or wrong with any of these. I'm just illustrating the difference and why this may be occurring. But you're waiting for it to be defined. And the challenge is what happen? What does an employee do if you don't define their job for them? Are they usually brought on to figure that out for themselves, or is it? Now, that's not to say that they don't contribute, because they do, but in general, there's usually a job description up front, right? The small business or self-employed person, this typically there's a list of services, right? It's not overly, it's like, this is what it's more of a one-to-one relationship in the sense that, hey, this is what we can do. This is what we will do. This is what we do for specifically you, or this is what I do. This is how I deliver to you, and you get to choose that, or it's usually chosen from a smaller subset of a large particular industry, etc. Whereas a business tends to call them a line of business, which is, again, it's kind of the same thing as the small self-employed person. But what ends up happening is that their system is such that instead of it being limited in scope, it has the capacity to serve tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even millions simultaneously. And that tends to make some of the biggest difference. But again, it's a different level of thinking is really what it comes down to. Now, when we get over to the investor, when it comes down to, okay, especially what comes down is there's a tendency for them to have some sort of a presentation or evaluation process which usually results in a small, teeny, a small little s, a small, teeny amount of dollars that they test. So they experiment is usually how this begins. Now, my point in sharing this is one thing. What I'm asking, what I'm suggesting that more of us do is that we experiment. Because it is through that experimentation, it is through that imperfect action that you begin to discover not only yourself, but what's possible, dare I say, what's probable, and you get to refine the process. You don't know how to do a thing until you've tried to do the thing. Even when someone, hear me clearly, even when someone has trained you to do a particular job, that doesn't mean that's the best way for you to do it, right? Have you ever been asked to do something? Someone said, hey, do it this way, but then you're like, but you discover a better way. That's kind of what I'm talking about. But the only way you would have discovered the better way is by doing it the wrong way first. And because you did it the wrong way first, you now have information that you did not have before, as opposed to sitting on the sidelines, waiting to try to figure out all the iterations that it's going to take for you to now go get it right. Right? That's what I'm saying. It is this process of experimentation that more of us can, I believe very, very strongly, can benefit from, because through the process of that experimentation, you don't know what you might discover. Now, I say that, and I say it that way because what I did is I was looking up some of discoveries that were made while looking, quote unquote, for something else. And I'm just, I say that way because it's like, remember, this was not the person's objective, was not the thing. They had a completely different objective. And let me see if I can make that a little bit bigger. Okay, so they had a completely different objective. But understand, the microwave is one of many inventions in which it was discovered by accident. It's not what was intended to be found or intended to have happen. It was the microwave. Now think about that. Just think about it. No one set out, hey, I want to make a microwave. That wasn't the goal. Does that make sense? Let's keep going. There's more. The Post-it note. How many of you love your Post-it notes? Be real. Right? Again, not the intention, but in the process of taking perfect or imperfect action, something else became the byproduct. Artificial sweetener. Now, I'm not saying anything other than this is yet another one, right? And then probably one of the more famous ones, penicillin. Again, not looking for, that was not the intention, but in the process of taking some action, something else was discovered. Probably one of my favorite, though, is chocolate chip cookies. Like, wait, what? You didn't mean to make these delicious things? Nope, not at all. And yet, there you could easily say, I mean, obviously, we're good now, right? You're like, whoever invented this, man, they knew what they were doing. No, she did not. It happened on the way to doing something else. And you know what's interesting? Because I know this is pretty funny. I think it's funny. 1930 is when we're talking about the chocolate chip cookie. Like, man, they didn't have no chocolate chip cookies before 1930? Dude, that's rough. That's how I'm just like, I like chocolate chip cookies though. Anyway, I think you get my point. This is true because you, me, none of us, we can't really tell the future. We don't know. On the way to doing a thing, we discover many other things, whatever those other things may be. It's kind of like these cards, right? So for those of you who don't know, it's like if you write the word cash flow in the chat, and I'm going to check in a minute. For those of you on Facebook, it's the green deck. For those of you on YouTube, it's the red deck. And I answer the question. Now, here's my point in saying that. It's not my intent to reveal these weird, in some cases very strange things, but it becomes a thing, right? Just like for those of you, if you saw over the weekend, you saw that we discovered that one of our students used to play Division I volleyball. I didn't know that, but interestingly enough, my wife did the same, and as well as one was an airplane mechanic before. And with another, it's like amazing what you can discover on the way to doing a thing. But the secret is to be willing to do something, even if it's imperfect. An addiction to, get ready to write this down. I'll say it this way. There are two things you cannot do at the same time. You cannot learn and look good. An addiction to looking good prevents you from learning. That's it. And we developed that addiction. We've also developed an addiction to rightness, being right. We have to be right. If we can't be right, we don't know how to be. And therefore, it's really tough to be potentially wrong for some is so challenging to them. Just to be potentially wrong. And again, these are things that prevent us all from learning, because humans learn through experimentation. And through that process of experimentation is how we discover sometimes things we never even intended, right? Haven't you ever taken a trip somewhere and then discovered like something you had no idea? Like you did something, you're like, wow, I did not know, right? I can remember I don't think he's watching, but there's a friend of mine, his name is Rusty. He's a outdoors guy, like all kinds of outdoors guy. And he had mentioned going, like he was going to go, he like does the quail hunting and the ducks and all the things. And I forgot how it came up, but I had said something about having never fired a shotgun yet. Then we ended up at a shooting range with his shotguns, and he was pulling skeet, and I discovered I was pretty accurate with the stuff. I had no idea. It was also kind of fun and still painful, but also fun because you just don't know, right? But it was because of a relationship with Rusty that I discovered. Does that make sense? It's not the thing, but on the way to the thing, you discover many other things. And that's what's important for you and I to understand, is that willingness, that openness to experimentation, which by definition means you don't know what the outcome is going to be. But it does mean that you're open to finding out. And that is one of the most important skill sets or attitudes I believe we can develop that can help you, can help your family, that can help so much for all of us continue to grow and get better. All right, let's look in the chat here and see what we got a little bit today. Where'd it go? Hey, Jeremy, he's there. Oh, look at him smiling and everything. I'll also let you. Yes. Where are you guys coming in from today? I found out about this guy from the CashFlowDiary chat for that. Yes. Hi, James. How are you? Welcome. So see, again, here we go. You were looking to play a board game. Well, you probably weren't actually looking to play a board game. You were probably wanting to earn more money. You were probably wanting a better way, a better possibility for yourself. And because you wanted to pass a better possibility, you went and discovered Robert Kiyosaki's book. And because you wanted to more, you found out about the game or something. You either found out about the game or the book first. One of the two. Most people find out about the book. And then through that process, you probably ended up on YouTube somewhere. And ta-da, here we are. Or maybe the podcast. I don't know. Either way it goes, James, welcome. And we'll do our best to help you continue to build your cash flow. So this is a good thing. Happy Monday, Donald. How are you? I'm glad to hear you. And yes, James, I assumed, I was like, I don't remember this name, but there he is. So yes, welcome, sir. How are you? Glad that you are here. Where are you geographically? I would love to know that. And is this Eleanor? Ooh, Eleanor Udy? Is that it? Eleanor Udy? Eleanor, yeah, I think that part's right. Udy. I'm guessing, and if I got it wrong, I'm sorry, but you know, I always do like to try. Glad that you are here as well. Yes, Post-it notes. I knew at least one somebody would enjoy their Post-it notes, but again, Mary's life without Post-it notes. Oh, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good for her. It's not good for anyone. That's her thing. That is part of her system. And for many of you, that is how you arrange ideas. One of my coaches teaches how to use Post-it notes in terms of developing your speeches and things of that nature. And I'm like, I might actually finally have a use for Post-it notes. But for me, that's just where they fall. Chocolate chip cookies, on the other hand, I think you already know. So that's just kind of how it goes. All right. And then, oh, there we go. Cash flow. So this is how this is how it works. Cash flow is probably what you're here for. It's also in the name of the company. But every time someone types the word cash flow, if you're on Facebook, it's the green deck. We'll see what the question is. I answer it and we got to go from there. See, have you ever, oh, this is interesting. Have you ever been arrested? If so, for what? Oh, this is interesting. You're asking a Black man if he's ever been arrested. Yes. For what? Probably the one that I can think of that is the most frustrating was Huntington Beach. I was in Huntington Beach, and all I was doing was going on a prayer walk. Yep. And someone said I looked suspicious because I was walking around the neighborhood praying. Yeah, that definitely. Yeah, we're gonna move on now past that one. Let's keep going. Al Williamson, what's up, Sacramento? How are you? Things are going well. I think Donald Henderson is one of the, yes, he is here frequently, and I think that's a good thing. You know, it gets that leads me straight into the next point. But my next point is around this whole imperfect action is when you go to start, right? You shouldn't necessarily start blindly, right? Don't be blindly aiming and just starting. That's not a good thing. It is, wisdom has proven that it helps to have a mentor, a guide, someone who maybe has been down the road that you've been on or on. Yeah, someone. And what you want to do is you want to keep pushing forward, but you want to push forward in such a way that is as efficient as possible. Right. And that's because that's the other catch. When you're trying to move forward, you're like, hey, I want to start, but I don't know what to do. You want to push forward efficiently. You don't want to, quote unquote, waste time. You don't want to make mistakes. You don't want to do all of the things that are actually valuable that help you become who you are, if that makes sense. Yeah. And yet at the same time, it's part of the process. So having a mentor, having that Sherpa, that guide, take you, who's been down these roads, but let you experience them. So not someone who's telling you what to do. So here the nuanced difference that I am looking to make here. Not someone who's telling you what to do, but watching you make your progress, allowing you to uncover and discover what's inside you, already there, meaning already there, and ready? And willing to let you make some mistakes, but just not all the ones, especially the most damaging ones, but there to support you, there to catch you, there to mentor you as you go, right? So I love the word, and I'm glad I love the word guru for this, because it is very appropriate in its meaning. And, so that when the path is dark, you need someone who can light the way and show you how to get there. And because you don't get there on your own. There's no, what's the word? There's no such thing, in my opinion, as that self-made person. You didn't have all of the ideas of your business by yourself on all of the systems. It's just not there. You didn't get this far on your own, and you won't get further by yourself either. Now, that doesn't mean you didn't feel lonely. Okay. But that doesn't mean you were by yourself. So keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. All right. Let's, let me see. I see a few more comments, but I'm also remembering something right now before I forget, is that today at noon, 12 noon Pacific time. Okay. So adjust your clocks however you'd like. What we're going to be doing for the next few days is stepping you guys through the process of starting your short-term rental business. What does that mean? That means I'm going to be challenging you to take imperfect action today. We're going to be telling you and showing you what to do today. You've got a workbook, all of these things that you get signed up for. We assign you. Hear me clearly. We practice what we teach. You get assigned a person who helps you through the launch today. That's what we do. We're doing that starting today. This is how we have started helping individuals, and it's allowed us to help more individuals faster, and in our case, a little bit more efficiently. It's been a bunch of imperfect action, but the team here is together to help you, to guide you, to watch you succeed. Like literally, we have high fives over the fact that some of you out there have been doing amazing things in the short-term rental world. And I know maybe for some of you, you're like, but isn't travel dead? That's exactly why you need to be there. So if you haven't already, go register at cashflowdiary.com/learn live. Make sure that you get the links. Make sure you get introduced to your concierge. Make sure that you get your workbook, because you're going to need those things because it's not a one-day event, right? Learning, changing your thought process, metamorphosing into the version of you that it's going to take for you to be successful. That doesn't happen overnight. The butterfly was once a caterpillar, and I have no idea how long it takes for the caterpillar to become a butterfly. But I promise you, it's not one night. There's a lot of preparation that the caterpillar undergoes first in terms of consuming calories and choosing his spot or her, I have no idea, spot and putting everything just so that they could struggle to emerge as something brand new, and we'll say more beautiful. They were already great, but now they're just more so. That is part of the process. And this begins to be your that moment where you're consuming the calories so that you can begin to transform yourself. In fact, there's a 4-stage process that we espouse and that you will learn. Here it is. You ready? It is watch me do. That is like step number 1. Number 2 is do with me, as in come right alongside. Let's work together. Step number 3, do it alone. Cool. Now that you got it, you go crush it. And then number 4, just teach another. Now that you're crushing it, make sure you share what you know with someone else. That's it. And that is what the everything that we do is designed around, so that you have a shot at becoming a different, bigger, better version of yourself. All right, so let's check out the chat real fast. Where's that at? Okay, here we are. Al Williamson, I think I did that one. Angela, oops, I'm supposed to remove this. Angela, how are you? Thank you again. For those of you who did not or missed what we went through on Saturday, you're going to want to catch up with the replays because Angela was there sharing her story about how she was able to to attack the short-term rental world, very much how she attacked volleyball, very much how she does apparently everything. And because I think she's coming up on her first entire year in real estate. But honestly, her first few months of being a short-term rental operator, which is interesting. And understand she was one of, while we didn't arrange it this way, she was just one of our 3 students over the weekend who we were talking to, who happened to have started during the pandemic, which I thought was interesting when I realized, hey, all 3 of them was that was just a great little thing. So just know that you are amongst many friends. So howdy, I'm glad to see you. You are Portsmouth in England, like the United Kingdom. I'm just making sure that I've got that correctly. And I think that's what you mean. And that's awesome. Cool. So James, with that being said, just so that you know, for the particular strategies that we teach and do specifically as it relates to short-term rentals, we do help individuals in currently approximately 16 different countries. Our biggest limitation right now is that we speak English, which again should not, American English. And any sort of nuances that relate to a particular geography, we can assist you with, or more specifically, I can assist you with. If something comes up, just let me know, and we'll do our best when we can to make sure. All right. One of the first times watching this live. Oh, okay, cool. Do you normally watch like the recording? And that's fine. I understand that too. See, Sandra just got here from Philly. What's up? I like it. And then we have St. Louis in the house. I still have not been there. And the reason that comes to mind and why I say that is because I need to take I like photography and the arches. I just gotta. What's that? Sorry, Jay, that's me. Yes, Donald, I understand. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I figured that's what you were talking about. See, keep moving forward. Yeah, Dante, yes, no doubt. You never know what you're going to get with these questions. I had no idea. Woo, okay. Let's see. Kansas City. Okay, so okay, got it. All right. I'll give you one. Let's see how this goes, or unless it's quick, we'll see. Would you rather spend the night in a dumpster or a porta potty? I'm gonna go with dumpster. There was a time I've gotten some of my clothes out of the trash can. The dumpster. Way more familiar with that one than I am the others. So that one was easy. I thought I got rid of it because we were trying to do your voice. Okay. Would you rather your voice sound like Gilbert Gottfried or Fran Drescher? Fran Drescher, 100%. Because they're both annoying voices, but I like her comedy better. So there it is. Oh, either way it goes, it's all good. All right. Woo! You just never know. What is this? Eleanor, a realtor looking to be an investor in New Jersey. Perfect. So let me now say to you, Eleanor, first time we're meeting, I know, but hopefully you're ready. I'm a now o'clock kind of person, which means here comes some thoughts for you to consider. And honestly, everyone to consider. We're going to pay attention to some of the words that Eleanor has chosen. Specifically, it says looking to be, as in this is future tense, as in I am not yet an investor. Okay, now in Jersey, either way, doesn't location is not what I'm focused on at the moment. What I want is that I want to encourage taking imperfect action. That's what I'm after right here. That's what we're talking about. When we say certain things, how we speak about who we are and what we are doing kind of lets us off the hook, or can let us off the hook in certain ways. Because when I say I am looking to be, how can you, any one of you, hold me accountable to an action when I am looking to be, AKA in the future. In the future, I am looking to be. Got it. Which makes me want to instinctively, because this is exactly what one of the thought processes I had at the beginning of my entire career is like, I'm looking to become an investor. Well, what does that mean exactly? At what point do you become an investor? What is that? When did that or does that occur? I submit for every one of your acceptance that you already are an investor, like today. And here's why I say that. Because what an investor does fundamentally is they take whatever resources they possess, control, have, and in theory, put them to work to produce more of a same or similar resource in some shape or fashion. That's what they do fundamentally. Now, whether that resource be money or time or relationships or credit or what have you, that's not the point. My point is you, we, us, all of us are an investor. Okay. What does that mean? Here's what it means. It means very simply that the investing you have done thus far has not produced the return that you wanted. Why is that important? Because you have something to goal, plan, track. Remember, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we were talking about goal, plan, track. Now you have something to GPT. With the goal, plan, track, you now know, hey, this is, you've got something that you are aiming for. My return on investment has not been yet what I would like it to be. So now, once you analyze what you've been doing, what you can now begin to formulate a new plan. It's the equivalent of saying, hey, I want to take a trip. This is where I am. Here's where I want to go. Let's look at where I am. Where I am, this is what I've been doing with my time, my effort, my energy, my emotions, my whatever. And this is what I've gotten. Cool. And now you can ask yourself, do I like that or not? If I like it, great, continue. If I don't, consider, AKA change. So that you are no longer doing the things that produce the horrible return. Every decision that we make every day is a decision that is moving us closer to or away from the thing or things or reality that we'd like. Let me say it differently. Even if you choose to do nothing, you have decided to move away from the thing that you say you want. And every day, if you have not consciously chosen to move toward it, you have also decided to move away. You're putting that effort and energy, it goes somewhere. It doesn't just disappear. And what I'm saying is put it towards imperfect action, because you're already an investor, in my opinion, Eleanor. Because see, you took the time to study for a test, I should say, and pass and get a license. Now, that license, is it necessary to be an investor? No, but it's your path, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Cool. Now, what is the next step? Well, for most people, when they say I'm looking to be an investor, my response is, and this is my response to you, Eleanor, and this hopefully is something that you're willing to take on, because you can have a transformational experience even beginning this week. I get that you've been a realtor, however long you've been a realtor, doesn't really matter. 1 day, 100 days, 1,000 days, I don't care. Here's what I would love for you to do today. Yes, today. I'd love for you to go write an offer on a property that you desire. That's it. That's what I want you to go write and submit an offer. Now, I can almost hear her screaming at me from New Jersey. Like, wait, what are you talking about? No, I'm serious. Go write an offer, right? There's a lot of fun lessons, things in that writing an offer, not as the realtor, but now you're the principal, right? You're the principal in the transaction. Go write the offer today. Wasn't probably what you woke up this morning saying, yes, I'm just going to go write an offer today. Or maybe you were, I don't know. Either way, what does an investor do daily, especially in the real estate world? Well, they write offers. That's for sure. daily. Ask me how I know. And there are many other activities, but that's my point. Start doing the things, because if that's not what you've been doing and you keep doing what you've been doing and what you've been doing hasn't yet resulted in what you say you want to become, it is time to consider. And there's no reason it has to go quote unquote slow, right? It just doesn't have to, unless you choose to let it. Does that make sense? Anyway, welcome. Please keep asking more questions. Okay, what is that? Lorraine says, great interview. Yes, Lorraine, thank you for being there. Thank you for hanging out. In fact, for those of you who like what it is that we're doing here, then what you're going to want to do, especially those of you on YouTube, hit that like button, please, because it helps us. I think we're getting close to 20,000. It says 19.8. I have a little ticker over here that's counting it down. So it says 19.8. So we're getting close to 20,000 subscribers over there, which I think is kind of exciting, kind of cool. And we have some plans for YouTube, which I think happen at around 30,000 is when we're thinking of that, which will make you want to definitely be over there. So make sure you get over there because that's cool. And thank you as well, Lorraine. And yes, you are in the UK. If you're in the UK, James, then it's 5 o'clock. It's either 5 or 6 p.m. or about to be 5 or, yeah, I think it's 5. Yeah, I think it's 5 because of daylight savings time. Yeah, I think it's 5. So good afternoon. I forgot there was the English thing I'm supposed to say regarding to with the whole tea thing. Anyway, James, thanks for being here. Definitely appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific time. 9 a.m. Pacific time. You're supposed to be in the green deck. That was from Facebook. Oh, did I get the wrong one? I'm sorry. I will do that right now, Dante. Facebook. Would you ever pick up a hitchhiker? I would. I actually would. Having, again, homeless guy here. So, I would. That's all I'm going to say is I would. And Eleanor says, I'm assuming 15 years is how long you have been a realtor. Then great. It is time. It is beyond time for you to go and become a principal. That starts today, right? And so let me help you. Even if yesterday, today, you woke up and you said, okay, I'm a realtor, go do my thing. Today, we're writing an offer. That is what we're doing today. Because today is the day you have tangible, physical evidence that begins to communicate to you, your subconscious, and everyone else around you that you are already an investor. And now they'll have also evidence that supports it, because right now people refer to you probably as a realtor, not the investor. So you go do what investors do. You write an offer today. Got it. Your heart is pounding. Mine too. It means you're alive. And that's good. That means this is a worthwhile goal and it's something you want. And I want to help you get it. Because there is nothing, Eleanor, that, in fact, as a realtor, you would have never taken me on as a client. My credit score was 398. We were squatting in bank-owned property, and you would not have given me the time of day. And I'm not saying that that's good or bad. I'm not faulting you for it. I'm not calling you a mean person. I'm just saying that would actually make no sense. I'm not exactly in a position to do what you as a realtor know how to do in order to purchase property. However, from that position and with the credit score of 398 squatting in bank-owned property, that's how we began writing offers. That did not change before we wrote offers. Indeed, that did not change before I forgot how many transactions we'd done before that even changed. Like, as in we purchased, rented, wholesaled. We did lots of things in that condition. The condition is not the limitation. Go write the offer. Woo. Okay. What is that? That was powerful. Thank you immensely. Anytime. It's what I do. And I like it. Jay, hello. Oh, is it Jay? K? Taylor? Taylor, I got. I just not quite sure how to do that. So I've been doing wholesaling. Excellent. I did, hundreds of those. I got tired of the tax situation that happens around them, and then we started keeping them. So hopefully you're on that journey as well. Also, will it be face-to-face with the owner? Will what be face-to-face? The offer? The offer doesn't have to be. I think that's what you're referring to. The offer doesn't have to be face-to-face. Unless you are really, really ready to accelerate the process of getting the transaction done. So then it could be, but it doesn't have to be. I don't care. I care that she begins to write the offer, that she begins to do what investors do. She writes the offer. She initiates. She begins to create solutions to problems that just happen to relate to housing, because that's kind of what we do. Did I have capital? I think you're talking about, I'm guessing, and if I'm wrong, then just say so. But when you say, did I have capital, I think you're referring to when I got started based upon what I was saying a second ago. Did I have capital? I'm going to say yes, but it's not what you think. Because oftentimes when people say, do you have capital? What they're talking about is money, as in actual cash. No, we did not have any sort of currency in that sense. What we do have is an immense amount of desire, which helped us to gain, hear me clearly, intellectual capital. That is actually how real estate transactions are done right now. Mechanically, transactionally, the oil that makes it go or makes these things happen is there, but it's the intellectual capital that matters. Meaning, well, I'll say it this way. Every one of us, no one has a money problem. Everyone has an idea problem, and every one of us who have the capacity and ability to see me or hear my voice right now, even if it's not live and you're watching later, here's what I know. You have easier access, you have greater access to some form of currency, even $1, than you do experience. Let me say that differently. You can go get $1. But how easily can you go get experience? How quickly can someone find experience or expertise? That is what the marketplace is desiring. So develop your expertise is the way to do it. So to be very clear, Jay, we were squatting a bank-owned property. Credit score was 398. If my bank account balance would have been 0, that would have been an improvement. My wife was unable to eat or drink because of a condition that she gets when she's pregnant, known as hyperemesis. And I had a hole in my lung. I could not walk and talk simultaneously without fainting. That's how we started writing offers. Yes. All right. Mouse says, I jumped over your first question. I did. I'm sorry. I don't see it. Oh, no, that's not it. Or is it? Is it? I don't think I see it. I'm sorry. Can you retype it? If you retype it, I will gladly get it. I promise you. I will gladly do it. What is this? It's easier to get $1 than it is experience. Yeah, we all have more access to that than we just all have more access to that. It's just that simple. Yes, and I know it sounds, to some degree, it sounds too simple, but we're talking about taking imperfect action, right? Remember, we have 2 addictions. We're addicted to looking good, and you cannot learn and look good at the same time. It's not possible. And then we're also addicted to being right, or rightness in general. We're not willing to put ourselves in a position where we might not look right or like we know what we're doing. More importantly, oh my God, should we have to say something like, you know what, I'm sorry, I don't know, let me get back to you. Like, why is that wrong? But we make it so wrong that we do not even begin to take any action. We kill the spirit of experimentation. And once we've done that, we're in trouble because we don't know what is actually there for us on the journey, right? This is why the chocolate chip cookie, I know it sounds crazy, but I like chocolate chip cookies. And some of you like them too. My point is, if Ruth Grace Wakefield did not experiment and was not pursuing something else, we wouldn't have the chocolate chip cookie. But she was in pursuit of something. She wasn't waiting to try to get it perfect before she started. She had started already. And she was taking imperfect action towards the thing she wanted on the way. Hey, chocolate chip cookies. I'm kind of happy about that. I mean, I am. Maybe you're not. Okay. You're like, dude, is there something about if you had some chocolate chip cookies, you know what? You get me. That's all I'm saying. We could be on the way to discovering something very delicious and sweet, especially when warm, that a lot of people enjoy. And that's my point. But we don't give ourselves that opportunity if we're trying to get it right first before we take a step. And the two things don't go together. They just don't. So in this process, in this journey, this is exactly why I like short-term rentals. This is exactly why we do what we do, because there are too many times where we've been taught, trained, and seen examples of individuals who wait until, or who we think wait until they get it 100% right, then they take action, or they were all set up in the right, situation. They had to, because I think somewhere, I don't know where, but I think somewhere we tell ourselves, well, they had to have something I didn't have. That's why they did it. It's like we're looking for the thing that the other person had that I don't, that then can therefore justify why I don't have to move, get up, take action, and be my best self. And my point is, stop it. That's my point. Be your best self anyway. Let it out. Express it. Give the greatest that's inside you a reason to believe, to step out, to come out. Give it the resources it needs. And one of the resources it needs for you to finally uncover and discover your greatness is a challenge. It's what it needs. The caterpillar does not become the butterfly without the challenge of breaking the cocoon, the very same cocoon it made itself. Doesn't happen. And on this journey, the same is true for us. You may be wrapped up in a very tight cocoon right now, and it could have the word debt on it, or unemployed, or coronavirus, or whatever. And it is that very same cocoon that you will learn to break through. It's that very same cocoon that CashFlowDiary exists to help you break through, to create the space. Because if you learn to create income in such a way that it doesn't consume your time, you got time to learn how to do all the other things you want to do. So the number one investment that I still make, that we all make, or in my opinion should be making, is learning how to just get better, bring more value to the marketplace. How can I experiment more? And that's exactly what we do. Is we guide, we walk, we help you in your journey of building cash flow. Yes, we focus on short-term rentals and real estate. There are lots of reasons for that. There's so many lessons along the way, so that you can eventually become the thing the world needs you to be, regardless of the challenges that are in front of you, regardless of how tall you are, short you are, what you look like or don't look like, or what you've been told or not told. Whether mom hugged you or not, we're here to help you. That help begins today at noon Pacific time. Go to cashflowdiary.com/learn live. Cashflowdiary.com cashflow.com/learn live. In fact, let me show you what that looks like. cashflowdiary.com/learn live. I'm literally typing it and talking at the same time. When you get over there, I forgot to hit enter. So when you get over there, it's going to look exactly like this. It's very straightforward. It's very clear. As I said, it's the only online live online workshop that is designed and delivered by short-term rental operators who guide you to build your short-term rental business. That's what we're doing. If you want access, you click that button, you put in your email, you hit reserve, and then the on the next screen, it should info at CashFlow. There we go. It should take you to hopefully yes, perfect. Takes you to here so that you can join the Facebook group. And you will be quickly admitted once you answer the questions and whatnot, and you'll be ready to go. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense for you. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we get to do. And I am grateful for the opportunity that you guys use or that you guys have chosen to invest your time here with me. Hopefully we produced a return today, right? Remember, you're already an investor. You made an investment, and I'm hoping that today there was a return. So let's go through the chat real fast and see if there is anything else that we have, and then we will be on our way. Okay. 1, 2. Let me see what we got. Wow, amazing story. I'm so stuck. I understand. Thank you. And you don't have to be. Masa, to make things clear for us that we are wondering about, what we're wondering about, what is an example of an offer for you? Is it like, I am looking to rent your apartment for $900 a month? Yeah, sure. That can easily be an offer. But if she's also looking to purchase, go write an offer. I don't really care. It could just, hey, I'd like to buy your property. Anything. Yes, go rent, go make an offer to a landlord who's got a vacancy. I don't really care what kind of offer. I just said, go make an offer. Thank you for reading in between the lines and understanding that what I was saying is go make an offer, because changing the habits is what's important right now. What you do on that daily basis, right? If that makes sense, that's how the change is going to get solidified. That's how it's going to occur. That's how it's going to stabilize and help you become the thing, right? Whatever that might be. What is that? Oh, that was that was deep, Joda. Yes, that is my favorite one. Oh, for sure. Uh-oh, now we have a hashtag. Here we go. Speed of instruction. Get it now, not to be missed. The live training. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, Sandy, last one. So you're on Facebook, Cashflow. We've got, I thought I got rid of the ones that I answered already. This is funny. I'll let you guys participate with this question as well. I will answer. It says, if humans came with a warning label, what would yours say? Like literally, what would my warning label say? I think it would say something to the effect of, it would say, caution. If you think what I said offended you, you should hear what I keep to myself. Yep, that's probably it. So just keep that in mind as you guys go out there. And hey, if you think there's a different warning label that would apply, by all means, go ahead and type that in the chat too. We'll have some fun with that when I come back and look at the things later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got some people waiting on me right now. I need to go and help and train, and because this market is crazy, and I've got some updates for them. And then later today, so hopefully I will see you guys, some of you later today, cashflowdiary.com/learn, where to go? I just saw it. cashflowdiary.com/learn live. And I will see you guys there, because we're going to be breaking it down. You'll have your workbook. Inside this workbook, I'm telling you, we've redone it. It is, to say that it is going to be the foundation of value for you is an understatement. So you just kind of want to be there, because it's my joy to do it. And I would love for you to be there. So go to cashflowdiary.com/learn live. Make sure you follow all the steps, join the Facebook group, and I will see you guys in just a few hours, I guess. And I will also see you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. All right. Bye.